Hi, I'm Tracy, VE3TWM. Thank you for tuning in to Outdoors on the Air. Back in 2015, I purchased a second-hand Yaesu FT-817. This move would be the start of my long relationship with this remarkable transceiver. I liked the rig so much that the following year I replaced that rig with an 817ND, the upgraded model. I've been using the 817ND ever since in all manner of portable HF operations. But last month, I made the decision to sell the 817ND and go in a different direction with my QRP activities. I know there are people who follow my channel that will be surprised and perhaps disappointed by my action. I'll take the opportunity to explain my thinking in this video. First things first, I am not selling the 817 due to a dissatisfaction with the rig. The rig did not suffer any catastrophic failure. In fact, the local ham I sold it to reported that right after he purchased the 817ND from me, he was able to work a Florida ham using it from his home here in Ontario, Canada. He is delighted with the rig, and I know why. The 817 is a terrific QRP transceiver. Into its tiny form factor is packed a tremendous amount of capability. These radios are well known to the ham radio community at large, but for those who are not familiar with it, here is a very brief description. The 817, 817ND, and the 818 are all able to transceive from 160 meters to 70 centimeters with a maximum RF output of 5 watts. They operate on all modes, easily handling CW, SSB, and digital modes across their entire frequency range. The unit is almost impossibly small, not much bigger than a paperback book. This tiny size makes it possible to take the 817 almost anywhere the owner would want to go. Finally, on the list of headlining features, 817s are capable of being fitted with an internal 3 amp-hour battery pack, enough to run the rig for a few hours. These features all combine to make a rig that is hard to beat for portable QRP operations. But all products have their shortfalls, and this is certainly true of the 817. The receiver is noisy in comparison to more modern rigs, like the Elecraft series, that feature a very effective DSP noise reduction. Receiver selectivity can be an issue with the 817, again compared with the more modern Elecraft models. By virtue of being such a compact rig, the 817 has a very small display, which can be difficult to read for those with less than perfect eyesight. In the same vein, the buttons and knobs on the front panel are small and closely spaced, leading to ergonomic issues. Further down the list of common complaints in regard to the 817 is that this series of radios has garnered a reputation for blown final RF power transistors. A final point, this transceiver is based upon a design that is more than 20 years old. Today, many hams take a dim view of this rig, for these reasons and more. So there you have it, the reasons for and against the 817, 818 radios. Before I explain why I am moving away from the 817, I want to make this point very clear. I am a huge fan of the 817. In fact, I am not against the idea of acquiring one again at some point in the future. In the past 6 years, I have taken the 817 on backpacking excursions, canoe trips, and many car camping adventures. The rig has never let me down. I have never experienced blown finals or any other type of failure. The rig has netted me hundreds of single sideband contacts to destinations in North and South America and all the way to the Caribbean, Europe, and Africa from right here in Ontario. The 817 has performed well in very crowded contest conditions. My 817 has shown its ability to function perfectly in heat and humidity, as well as frigid winter temperatures. I love the 817. Now that you know how I really feel about my 817ND, let me share with you why I am selling this trusty rig that has served me so well. There is big change in the air with regard to the QRP world. It's actually been happening for the past few years, but later this year we will see it accelerate big time. ICOM is set to release the IC705. This rig is the QRP equivalent of the IC7300. The 7300 is arguably the most important and most popular ham transceiver to be released this century. The IC705 QRP rig promises to bring much of the 7300's SDR power to a field radio. But if one looks at the QRP marketplace beyond the IC705, he'll quickly find a new generation of SDR-based Chinese transceivers that have come available recently. The QRP world is going SDR, and that change will happen fast. But I'm not interested in going SDR right now. My views on the 705 may surprise you, but I'll keep those to myself and reveal them in a later video. With all this change going on, I want to try something different from what I have experienced in the past with the 817. I've got a limited time to try one of the most iconic QRP rigs over the past 20 years and get you information on that rig while it is still relevant. That's why I just purchased a used ICOM 703 Plus. The 703 Plus has a terrific reputation. It's certainly a much larger rig than the 817, which means I won't be taking it backpacking. But the 703 has other strengths to offset that disadvantage, and I look forward to showing you what I find as I work with it in the coming months. That's all for this time. Thank you for watching. 73 from Tracy, VE3TWM.